Darul Pulau, Lord's Prayer. Abunao. Shabbat Shemayim. Kodash. Ayah. Shamka. Yahweh. Malakotka. Taba'ah. Ratazaika. Ayam. Aisha. Baratasa. Nawah. Ayah. Bashemayim. Fanawa. Lakam. Dawam. Basalat Nawa. Nabuaki Nawa. Basalat Nawa. Nabuaki Nawa. Wala'a. Saminawa. Basaiwan. Abo. Awashai Nawa. Mayan. Right. Dayam. Lakam. Awalakwa. Walakala. Wapara. Awalanya. Baisha. Masyal. Yahushai. Water. Damyan. Aman. The book of Matthew chapter 6 verse 9. At this man therefore prayed, Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth, as it is as your will is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. For if you forgive men their trespasses, your heavenly Father also forgive you. But if you forgive men not their trespasses, neither will thy Father forgive your trespasses. Abunao Yahweh Shem HaShem Yahushai, the water from Yad. Amen.
And the God, the Shabbat, be seated. That was good. So what? God. But so much to what? Shabbat Shalom, Yeshua.
Shabbat Shalom.
But so much Yahushai. All praise to the Most High. The power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Thank the Most High, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob for bringing us together again. Another Sabbath day. In holy convocation, we can come together in commemoration of the covenant that the Most High made with our forefathers through the generations. We are the land of Zion, located down here in South Florida, Fort Lauderdale. My name is Ella Laplan, and to my left is
Officer Yakazakwa Hamatazak.
Thank God. And we are here to bring the word of the Most High to all the Hebrew Israelites through the four corners of the earth. Right? We're going to go into book of Joshua. Joshua chapter 1. Now, as you know, Joshua is the successor after Moses. He was the one who the Most High gave the responsibility to bring the Hebrew Israelites into the promised land. After the Most High brought Moses back up into the spiritual world, the Most High gave the task to Joshua to bring the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel into the promised land. As we know, all the children of Israel who came out of Egypt, from the captivity that we were in under the Egyptians, only 2 of them made it into the promised land.
Right.
That was Joshua was one of them, and Caleb. Right. All the other Israelites were young Israelites of a young generation who were born in the wilderness during that 40-year period. So that was a young, vibrant nation going into the land of Israel. Right? Start off with Colossians 3:17. Colossians 3, verse 17.
The book of Colossians chapter 3 verse 17. The book of Colossians, chapter 3, verse 17. And whatsoever ye do in word or deed, do all in the name of the Adonai Yahweh Shai, giving thanks to the power and the Father by him.
Right. Whatever you do in word or deed, that means whatever you say, or whatever action you undertake, make sure it's in accordance to the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments. According to how the Most High and the Master Yahweh Shai will ordain those things to be done. Not according to your wishes or your thoughts, but according to how you know the Most High prescribed to be done, according to the commandments. Okay. So we're gonna go into little history of our people coming out of Egypt and going into the promised land that the Most High gave to our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, that we should inherit that land. Okay, and that is by Joshua taking us over River Jordan into the land of Israel. Joshua chapter 1, verse 1.
The book of Joshua, chapter 1, verse 1. Now, after the death of Moses, the servant of Adonai, it came to pass that the Lord spake unto Joshua, the son of Nun, Moses, minister, saying, Moses, my servant is dead.
Right. So now this is after Moses, because we know that Moses was the first major servant that the Most High recruited to bring us out of Egypt. And the Most High used Moses to bring us through the Red Sea and into the wilderness for 40 years. Moses now, the Most High brought Moses back into the spiritual world, so pass that responsibility on to Joshua to bring us into the promised land. Read.
Verse 2. Moses, my servant, is dead. Now therefore, arise, go over this Jordan, thou and all this people, unto the land which I do give to them, even to the children of Israel. Every place that the sole of your foot shall tread upon, that I have given unto you. Every place that the sole of your foot shall tread upon, that have I given unto you, as I said unto Moses.
Wow, what a gift that is. The Moses said, every place that the sole of your foot shall tread upon, that have I given unto you, as I said unto Moses. Yo, the Moses told me that I'm gonna make sure my foot tread upon every place, everywhere. I'm just gonna walk all over the place, huh? I'm just gonna walk randomly all over the place. I'll make sure I don't walk in the same place twice.
Right.
Make sure I'm someplace new every time I move my foot. You know, every place that your foot shall tread upon, that have I given to you. Yo, that there's no better gift than that. You know what I'm saying? That's the Most High keep up his word. The Most High told that to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He's about to fulfill that promise that he made to our forefathers through Joshua. Read.
From the wilderness, this Lebanon, even unto the great river, the river of Euphrates.
From the wilderness and this Lebanon, so the Most High is kind of lining the borders that the Most High are in mind for Israel. From the wilderness and this Lebanon, even unto the great river. Even unto this great river, the river Euphrates. Read.
All the land of the Hittites.
All the land of the Hittites, that's one of the nations, that was one of the mighty nations that was, doing their thing, so to speak, dominating before we were established. These nations were ruling while we were, developing, while we were coming into our own, while we were in slavery in Egypt, during that 40-year period. The Hittites, read.
And unto the great sea toward the going down of the sun.
And unto the great sea toward the going down of the sun. What great sea was that?
The Dead Sea.
Great sea toward the going down of the sun. Where did the sun go down? In the east or in the west?
The West.
Right, the sun goes down in the east, the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. It goes down in the west. That's the border, the western border of Israel, which was on what? The Mediterranean Sea.
Yeah, Mediterranean.
Right. So the Moses kind of giving an idea of the border of Israel. And onto the great sea toward the going down of the sun. The sun goes down in the west. Okay, and on the western border of Israel, if you look at the map and the ancient map of Israel, you see that's the Mediterranean Sea. Read.
And unto the great sea toward the going down of the sun shall be your coast.
Right, that's the coast of Israel right there. The coast. Right. The western coast of Israel was the Mediterranean Sea. Read on.
There shall not any man be able to stand before thee all the days of thy life.
Wow. I wish I had some of the, yeah. When somebody's backing you like that, you know, ain't nobody can test you out.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. No, I got you. That's what the Moses said to Israel. I got you. Don't even worry about them. Don't worry about all the tough talk and the bold face and all that. There shall not any man be able to stand before thee all the days of thy life. All the days of, not I'm talking about 1 day or 2 days. All the days of your life. But with the most side, that comes a stipulation. Read on.
There shall not any man be able to stand before thee all the days of thy life. As I was with Moses, so I will be with thee. I will not fail thee, nor forsake thee.
Right. Just as Moses was back in Israel under Moses' rulership, he was in about Israel under Joshua's rulership. Nobody, no nation was going to be able to come up against Israel. Read.
Be strong and of good courage, for unto this people shalt thou divide for an inheritance the land which I swear unto their fathers to give them. Only be thou strong and very courageous, that thou mayest observe to do according to all the law which Moses my servant commanded thee. Turn not from it to the right hand or to the left, that thou mayest prosper whithersoever thou goest.
Right, but all this blessing came with stipulations. The Moses said, only be thou strong and very courageous, that thou mayest observe to do according to all the law which Moses my servant commanded thee. Turn not from the left hand or to the left. Turn not to the left hand or to the right. Turn not from the right hand or to the left, that thou mayest prosper whithersoever thou goest. So all this is dependent on keeping the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments. If you turn to the left or to the right, away from the Most High's commandments, then we're going to find out what? The blessing that He promised to us start diminishing. But once you come into the keeping of the commandments, we're going to see our blessings start increasing. Right?
This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth.
This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth. And this book of the law was given to nobody but the Hebrew Israelites. That's why you see the book of the law departing from our mouth, and our blessings decreased. But the other nation, their blessings are increasing because they were not given the law. But their blessings are going to be on for a certain period of time. Understand? Once you start coming back to the Most High, keeping His laws, statutes, and commandments again, and being brought back and organized into a nation, things are going to be reversed. Right?
This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night.
But thou shalt meditate therein day and night. So that should be our preoccupation. Meditating in the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. But that will be our increase, our success on this earth. Our meditation in the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments. Read.
This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that I mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success.
Right. So if it's a mystery to you why our people are succeeding as a nation, you should be aware of these laws, the stipulations that Most High made with Israel. In order for us to have that kind of success, we have to be keeping the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments. The laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High shall not depart from us. Right, that right on the screen right there, you see that's it's an ancient map of Israel. River Jordan right there too? Yeah, River Jordan, right.
Yeah.
Exactly. We're gonna see. Okay, we're going to that as we proceed. Read on.
And then thou shalt have good success. Have not I commanded thee? Be strong and of a good courage. Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed, for the other one thy power is with thee, whithersoever thou goest. Then Joshua commanded the officers of the people, saying, pass through the hosts, and command the people, saying, prepare you victuals, for within 3 days you shall pass over this Jordan, to go in to possess the land, which the Adonai your power giveth you to possess it.
Right. So the Most High commanded Joshua. Joshua now was passing on the information to the host, meaning the camp, the nation of Israel, to advise them of what the Most High said. And Joshua said, prepare yourself, sanctify yourself, prepare your food, because in 3 days, in 3 days' time, we're going to be passing over the river. The Most High is wandering around in the wilderness for 40 years. So the Israelites were on the eastern side of River Jordan. Now they need to go back west. Because, like we said earlier, the western coast of Israel was the Mediterranean Sea. Okay? But we were on the east side of River Jordan. And we got to go back across River Jordan to go to Israel. As you can see right, it's River Jordan right there.
Yeah.
Understand we were basically on this side of River Jordan, on the western side, on the eastern side of River Jordan. And to go into the land, we have to cross the River Jordan to go west. I read on.
And to the Reubenites, and to the Gadites, and to the half tribe of Manasseh, spake Joshua, saying, remember the word which Moses the servant of Adonai commanded you, saying, the Adonai your power hath given you rest, and have given you this land.
Right, now these 3 tribes, the Reubenites, and the Gadites, and half the tribe of the Manasseh, they had a lot of cattle. A lot of sheep, goats, cows and all that. You know what I'm saying? And the land on the eastern side of River Jordan was very, very fertile, and of the grass and all that. That was suitable for the animal cultivation, animal husbandry, as I would say. So So they made a deal with Moses, and they said, right, Moses, if you give us this portion of the land for animal for cattle rearing, we will leave our family here and the animals here, and then the men of age will join our brothers to go to battle against the nations, to destroy those nations for the land of Israel for the rest of our tribes. That was the understanding. Moses said yes. So now Joshua was on reminding them of the agreement. Read on.
Remember the word which Moses, the servant of the Ardwan, commanded you, saying, the Ardwan, your power, hath given you rest, and hath given you this land. Your wives, your little ones, and your cattle shall remain in the land which Moses gave you on this side of Jordan. But ye shall pass before your brethren armed, all the mighty men of valor, and help them.
Right. So you're gonna see your family, your cattle just stay in this side of River Jordan, on the east of River Jordan, but you're gonna go over with your armors, with your weaponry, with your brothers to fight against this nation to drive them out of the land, so the rest of your people can occupy the land. Read on.
Until the other one have given your brethren rest, as he hath given you, and they also have possessed the land which I want your power giveth them, then ye shall return unto the land of your possession, and enjoy it, which Moses the other one servant gave you on this side of Jordan, toward the sun rising.
Right. So yeah, see that. So unto the Most High I've given you, give your brethren rest, as he hath given you. And they also have possessed the land which the Most High, your power, given them. Then ye shall return unto the land of your possession and enjoy it, which Moses the Most High's servant gave you on this side of River Jordan towards the rising, towards the sun rising. Where does the sun rise? The sun rises on the east. Understand? So the land that the Most High gave to the Reuben and Manasseh and Gad was on the east side of the land, east of the River Jordan. Right?
And they answered Joshua, saying, all that thou commandest us, we will do. And with this order thou sendest us, we will go. According as we hearkened unto Moses in all things, so will we hearken unto thee. Only the other one thy power be with thee, as he was with Moses. Whosoever he be that doeth rebel against thy commandment, and will not hearken unto thy words in all that thou commandest him, he shall be put to death. Only be strong and of a good courage.
Right, and they all agree. So what? Yeah. Once that you obeyed Moses, we're going to obey you, because we know the Most High is with you. And whoever has the nerve to go against your orders, they're going to be put to death. That's the end of chapter 1. Joshua chapter 2.
The book of Joshua chapter 2 verse 1. And Joshua the son of Nun sent out of Shittim 2 men to spy secretly, saying, go view the land, even Jericho. And they went and came into an harlot's house named Rahab, and lodged there.
Right. So now they're proceeding now, planning now to scout out the land. So Joshua sent 2 men to scout out Jericho. Understand? And they sent men out of Shittim. That's where they were. And they sent men to scout out the land of Jericho to see what the terrain was like, what down there the inhabitants were like, what the land was like. And they went there and they ended up in the harlot's house named Rahab and lodged there. Read.
Verse 2. And it was told King of Jericho, saying, Behold, there came men in hither tonight of the children of Israel to search out the country.
Right. And it was told the king of Jericho, saying, Behold, they came men in hither tonight of the children of Israel to search out the country. So they saw the Israelites, the two Israelites men, scouting on the land, and they brought the information to the king.
So, I heard Aliyah said, how did they know? I mean, but this makes reference to how the Most High said he made a difference between the Israelites and the Egyptians.
Right.
We may all have been men of color, but what? Our appearance.
Yeah.
You see these people walking up, you know they're not your people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even their apparel must have been different also.
Right.
I mean, because the Most High commanded us to what? To wear a ribbon of blue and fringes.
Right.
So I'm saying, so they can't break the commandments because they spy in the land.
Right.
Right. Even though we had the same complexion, but our mannerism, our demeanor, just our appearance, you know what I mean? You could see where we dressed. You know what I'm saying? You could see different black people, so-called. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that you can tell one, you know what I mean? Even one tribe from another, or one nation from another, even though we have the same complexion. You know what I'm saying? And exactly that, they could tell that, those people of Jericho
Right.
could tell that the Hebrew Israelites are totally different from them. They were different from them. Read.
And verse 3. And the king of Jericho sent unto Rahab, saying, Bring forth the men that are come to thee, which are entered into thine house, for they be come to search out all the country. And the woman took the two men and hid them, and said thus, There came men unto me, but I wist not whence they were.
Right. So the king inquired of Rahab and said, Bring those men over here. Bring those men to me. Because I know they came to spy the country. But Rahab, she hid those two Israelites brothers. And she said, yeah. So men came to me, but I don't know who they are or where they went. You know, so she's giving a story. You know what I'm saying? There came men unto me, but I wist not whence they were. I don't know where they came from or who they are. I don't know who they are.
Yeah.
I don't know nothing about that. Read.
Verse 5. And it came to pass about the time of shutting of the gate, when it was dark, that the men went out. Whether the men went, I wot not. Pursue after them quickly, for ye shall overtake them.
Yo, you get the story. You get my 6 verse 9. And it came to pass about the time of the shutting of the gate. When it's down,
Yeah, nighttime.
nighttime now, he said, that the men went out. Whether the men went, I wot not. I don't know where they went. I have no idea which direction they went into.
Yeah.
Pursue after them quickly, for ye shall overtake them. When you chase after them, you might catch up to them.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah.
Wild goose chase.
All right, give them a wild good, yeah. Right.
Verse 6. But she had brought them up to the roof of the house, and hid them with the stalks of flax, which she had laid in order upon the roof. And the men pursued after them the way to Jordan unto the fords. And as soon as they which pursued after them were gone out, they shut the gate.
Right, so she hit the man, the two Israelite brothers. Again, gave her people a story. And they went on within this wild goose chase, looking up there, trying to get to the Israelites. But of course, they never caught them because they were well hit. She hit them on top of a roof. Right?
Verse 7. And the men pursued after them the way to Jordan unto the fords, and as soon as they which pursued after them were gone out, they shut the gate. And before they were laid down, she came up unto them upon the roof, and said unto the men, I know that God one hath given you the land. and that your terror is fallen upon us, and that all the inhabitants of the land faint because of you.
Wow. She was aware of what the Mosai was using Israel to do. She was aware that the Israelite was giving the Mosai chose Israel with the Mosai's people, and that the Mosai was having all nations just falling to the terror of Israel. You know?
Verse 10. For we have heard how the Adawan dried up the water of the Red Sea for you.
Right, because all the nations heard about what happened, man.
Right.
That was a big talk in the time. There was a big talk in the time. You know, let me get a scripture. I'm kind of jumping ahead right now, but Jeremiah. Because that was the talk of the time of the days of the Mosai dried the Red Sea so the Hebrew Israelites could pass over. That's why this Rahab, she had heard what happened. She heard the favor of Israel the poor. Or the Mosai, was with us. And on the Mosai, and all nations just spoiled to the Hebrew Israelites. I'm going to go to the scripture. Give me Jeremiah 16, verse 14. God.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 16, verse 14.
This talking the tongue was upon endured for a long time, even to this day. Read it, Jeremiah 16, 14. Read on.
Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Adawan, that it shall no more be said, the Adawan liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt.
Right. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Most High, that it shall no more be said, the Most High liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. It's not going to be in the future. We're not going to be talking about this anymore. Right now, we are talking about that because we are witness of that. We are the Most High's witness. Understand? We are the Most High's witness from generations of how the Most High delivered us from the bondage of the Egyptians. But there's going to be a time when we're not talking about that anymore. Read on.
But the one liveth that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north.
Yeah, but there's going to be a new talk in the time. But the Most High liveth that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north. The land of the north is America. North America. This side of the world, all over the world, as a matter of fact. But the Most High liveth that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north. Read.
Behold, but the one liveth that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands whither he had driven them.
Right, and from all the lands that he had driven them. That's talking about the second Exodus to come. That's going to be the new talk of the town. Because that's going to overshadow every historical event that took place previously. That's going to be so dramatic that nothing is going to be mad. That it doesn't matter. Everything that's going to be, basically irrelevant, insignificant. Read on.
And I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers.
Yeah, that's a hope right there. Just like that Hornet knew that the Most High was going to bring us into that land that he gave to our forefathers, we as Hebrew Israelites in this time should know. We should have the same faith and know that the Most High is going to bring us again into the land that he gave to our forefathers. And I will bring them again in a second time into their land that I gave unto their fathers. That's right. What is that?
It's a good verse. The book of Exodus, chapter 9, verse 16.
Okay, get it.
We start from verse 14.
All right.
The book of Exodus, chapter 9, verse 14. For I will at this time send all my plagues upon thy heart, and upon thy servants, and upon thy people, that thou mayest know that there is none like me in all the earth. For now I will stretch out my hand, that I may smite thee and thy people with pestilence, and thou shalt be cut off from the earth. And in very deed for this cause have I raised thee up, for to show in thee my power, and that my name may be declared throughout all the earth.
Right. So the Most High, he empowered, he hardened Pharaoh, empowered Pharaoh to resist Israel, and the Most High started plaguing the Egyptians. Most High is plaguing the Egyptians. Most High rose up Pharaoh to such heights that nobody could bring up Pharaoh. The Israelites couldn't do it. So when the Most High brought in Pharaoh with all those plagues, the old world, through the land, through the old world, man, knew that there had to be the Most High who did that. Because the Egyptians were like a superpower at that time. And no nation could bring under the Egyptians but the Most High. The Israelites, not the Israelites. Go ahead.
Romans 9:17.
Okay, so
Go ahead.
I'm going to read the verse one more time. The book of Exodus, chapter 9, verse 16. And in very deed for this cause have I raised thee up, for to show in thee my power, and that my name may be declared throughout all the earth. So when you read in Genesis chapter 2, when the woman Rahab said that we heard of what happened in Egypt, we heard about the Red Sea being dried up. That just shows the Most High was right. He did this for a reason. He raised up, and he put all those plagues in Egypt for our people, so his name could be declared throughout all the earth. All the people heard it. All the people heard about the things that happened. There was no newspaper. Right. I mean, so they heard about these things. That's why they were terrified. That's why the fear was upon the people already. That's why she was willing to let these strangers into her house and plead for her life, because they were already scared of her. They were already scared of her. What was the precept?
9:17 Romans.
The book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 17. For the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth.
Right. See, time of Romans. You see, well, many generations after. See, many generations after what happened in the time of Jericho when Joshua brought us over the land of Jordan, the river Jordan. So the name, the deeds of the Most High was known to the old world for many generations, even to this day. Understand? But like I said, there's going to be time in the near future that the Most High is going to deliver us from this modern day Egypt over this so-called River Jordan again, back into our homeland again. And that's going to be new talk of the town. Right. Read on. Go back to
Joshua.
Joshua.
Book of Joshua, chapter 2, verse 11. Verse 10. The book of Joshua, chapter 2, verse 10. For we have heard how the Adon dried up the water of the Red Sea for you.
Hold on. Is it 10? I don't understand.
Oh yeah, verse 9 talks about the terror.
Joshua 2, okay. Okay, go ahead, read it.
book of Joshua chapter 2 verse 10. For we have heard how the one dried up the water of the Red Sea for you when he came out of Egypt, and what ye did unto the 2 kings of the Amorites that were on the other side of Jordan, Sihon and Og, whom ye utterly destroyed.
Right. Wow. So all those deeds that the Most High had Israel perform were known throughout the lands. They were known to the nations run about. And our the Israelites destroy those 2 nations and destroy those 2 kings, Sihon and Og. Read on.
Verse 11. And as soon as that we had heard these things, our hearts did melt. Neither did there remain any more courage in any man because of you. For the Adonai your power, he is power in heaven above and in earth beneath.
Yeah, you see that? That's what the Most High makes his name be known. Because Israel was the last nation to be formed. And we were the smallest nation on earth. Understand? We were like 600,000 men, plus women and children. But this nation like millions. More organized, and I'm saying more settled in their way, more settled and all. But when the Most High want to show his power, what does it do? He uses a small number. He uses a small number so you can see without the shadow of a doubt. That was the Most High did it. That was a man's deeds. So that's all these nations know. How can a small nation, so disorganized, so-called ragtag nation coming on the captivity, destroy these powerful nations? The Most High of them. They God got to be a powerful God. That's what they were thinking. And that's what she realized. And that's what she was saying. All people in our nation about were terrified when they heard of the deeds that Hebrew Israelites were performing. Read.
Now therefore, I pray you swear unto me by the Adonai, which I have shown you kindness, that you will also show kindness unto my father's house, and give me a true token.
Right. No, she begging for favors. Now therefore I pray you, swear unto me by the Most High, since I have shewed you kindness, that you will also shew kindness unto my father's house, and give me a true token. I did you a favor, a great favor. So now, please return the favor and show kindness to my father's house, my family, and spare us, and give me a token or a sign that like a contract or an agreement that I can know that you're gonna keep your word and do this for me. Right.
Read on.
And that ye will save alive my father, and my mother, and my brethren, and my sisters, and all that they have, and deliver our lives from death. And the men answered her, our life for yours. If ye utter not this our business, and it shall be, when the Adonai have given us the land, that we will deal kindly and truly with thee.
Right. You say, okay, no problem. If you protect us, we will return the favor. Understand? And when the Most High give us this land, we will remember that you did grant us this favor, and we will in turn protect you in your father's house. Right?
Then she let them down by a cord through the window, for her house was upon the town wall, and she dealt upon the wall. And she said unto them, get you to the mountain, lest the pursuers meet you, and hide yourselves there 3 days, until the pursuers be returned. Afterward may ye go your way. And the men said unto her, we will be blameless of this thine oath which thou hast made us swear. Behold, when we come into the land, that thou shalt bind this line of scarlet thread in the window, which thou didst let us down by. And thou shalt bring thy father and thy mother and thy brethren and all thy father's household home unto thee.
Right. So she said, go up to the mountain and hide there for 3 days until they come back. Until they come back from searching after you, looking for you. Okay, and when they come back, then you can go out. And they said, yeah, okay, we do that. But look, listen, we gotta make this agreement. We gotta keep your word, but you gotta keep your word. Understand? And you gotta follow instructions for us to save you. So let's make sure you have this scarlet line in your house. So just like it's the most I put we were in Egypt. The Moses said, put the blood on the doorpost, so when the angel of passing over, I think this is okay. That's Hebrew Israelites right there. They pass over them. Let's go speak to them, the heathens and the Egyptians, and smite them. But spare the Egyptians, but spare the Hebrew Israelites. So they will say, okay, you want you to put this line, this scarlet colored line on your window. So when we're slaughtering your people and we see this line in the window, we're gonna stay. You say, you know what I mean? Okay, that's the woman who looked good for us. She looked us, so we got her. All right. That was the agreement that the Hebrew Israelites, the two brothers made with Rahab the harlot, Jericho. You know.
Verse 19. And it shall be that whosoever shall go out of the doors of thy house into the street, his blood shall be upon his head, and we will be guiltless. And whosoever shall be with thee in the house, his blood shall be on our head. If any hand be upon him, and if thou utter this our business, then we will be quit of thine oath, which thou hast made us to swear. And she said, according unto your words, so be it.
Right. So they said, yo, this is how it's going to be. Anybody in this house, be responsible. Make sure your family are here in this house doing our invasion of this land. But anybody in this house, they're going to be killed, and we are not responsible. Right. This is a more clearer map right there. You see River Jordan River. Running straight down. So the Israelites were on this side on the east of Jordan River. And they had to cross over, go west. Okay? Of course over there, that's the western border, which is the Mediterranean Sea. That's what that is. You know.
And she said, according unto your words, so be it. And she sent them away, and they departed. And she bound the scarlet line in the window. And they went and came unto the mountain, and abode there 3 days, until the pursuers were returned. And the pursuers sought them throughout all the way, but found them not. So the 2 men returned, and descended from the mountain, and passed over, and came to Joshua the son of Nun, and told him all these things that befell them. And they said unto Joshua, truly the Mighty One hath delivered into our hands all the land. For even all the inhabitants of the country do faint because of us.
Right. So the 2 men tarried, hid themselves for 3 days until the people were pursuing them. Returned, not finding them, so until now they snuck out of the country and went back to the camp of Israel and reported to Joshua all the things that happened to them. You see the difference now. Remember when when Moses had sent 12 men, one from each tribe, to spy the land, and only Joshua and Caleb came back with a honest report, with a positive report of what they saw. All the other 10 men are, said, we saw giants. Oh, I know, man. They look so organized. They look like mighty men. We're scared, Moses. We're scared. Except for Joshua and Caleb. That's why Joshua get this post. That's why the Mosai, give Joshua this promotion and assignment now. And of course, these two men learned from that. Right. He came back with a positive report. And they trembling. Joshua men to trembling heard the thing before the Mosai report about how we destroyed these two kings and this nation or the smelting from what they heard of how we destroyed the nation before us. Okay, now let's go to chapter 3. Joshua chapter 3.
The book of Joshua chapter 3, verse 1. And Joshua rose early in the morning, and they removed from Shittim and came to Jordan, he and all the children of Israel, and lodged there before they passed over. And it came to pass after 3 days, that the officers went through the host, and they commanded the people, saying, when ye see the ark of the covenant of the Adawan, your power, and the priests and the Levites bearing it, then ye shall remove from your place and go after it.
Right, so now Joshua organizing the people to start moving, to proceed to go over River Jordan. And he was telling that he went through the host, through the camps. Whether by himself or he had men do it in collaboration with him, he said, when you see the Levites moving, and you see the ark, you see them Levites moving, probably Levi, the priest, they're probably going to wear certain garments. You can see, there's a priest right there. And you can see that, the procession around them, they're carrying the ark. When they see them moving, just when they see them move, you move. When they move, you move, just like that. Like the rapper would say. When I move, you move. Just like that. Don't be tarry. Don't tarry. Yeah. When they move, you move. Just like that. They'll be lingering. You're going to be left behind. Right. Read on.
Verse 4. Yet there shall be a space between you and it, about 2,000 cubits by measure. Come not near unto it, that ye may know the way by which ye must go. For ye have not passed this way heretofore.
Right. So Joshua said, don't come too close. Because if you come too close, you may not see. When you're too close to something, you can't see it because you need to be a distance off to see what's going on ahead of you. That's really what he was saying. He was saying, there shall be a space between you and it. See, it's still a distance so you can see because sometimes when you're in the middle of a crowd, you can't see the crowd. You don't know what's going on in the crowd when you're a part of the crowd necessarily. But when you're some distance off, you can see what's going on ahead of you. So that's what Joshua was telling them. Right? Because you don't know the way. You never been this way. You never been here before. Shalom.
Shalom. Oh, shalom.
Yeah.
And Joshua said unto the people, sanctify yourselves for tomorrow. The Adawan will do wonders among you.
Wow. Sanctify yourselves. Prepare yourselves. Cleanse yourself. Send some prayers. Because tomorrow the Most High is going to do some wonders among you. The lights that you never see before. They were like, yo, really? I'm reading. Yeah. verse 6.
And Joshua spake unto the priests, saying, Take up the ark of the covenant, and pass over before the people. And they took up the ark of the covenant, and went before the people. And the one said unto Joshua, This day will I begin to magnify thee in the sight of all Israel, that they may know that as I was with Moses, so will I be with thee.
Well, see that? Joshua told them to take up the ark of the covenant, and then the Moses said to Joshua, This day will I magnify you in the sight of the Israelites, so they can know that just as I was with Moses, so I'm going to be with you. So, yeah. So when the Moses said he's going to magnify you in the presence of your people, I mean, it's not much for the Moses to ask you to magnify him also in the eyes of the people, so they can know that he is the Most High. Now, when the Most High is putting you in charge, he let it be known that you are in charge because you are doing his work. So likewise, when we do the Most High's work, we got to magnify the Most High. This is not our doing, this is not our glory. We got to magnify the Most High's name, magnify the Mashiach Yahweh's name. Right?
Verse 7. And Adonai said unto Joshua, This day will I begin to magnify thee in the sight of all Israel, that they may know that as I was with Moses, so will I be with thee. And thou shalt command the priests that bear the ark of the covenant, saying, When ye are come to the brink of the water of Jordan, you shall stand still in Jordan.
Right. So, and thou shalt command the priests that bear the ark of the covenant, saying, Priests, when ye are come to the brink of the water of Jordan, you shall stand still in Jordan. See, when it comes to the brink, when it comes to enter the water, stand still.
That's before the water.
When ye are come to the brink of the water of Jordan, you shall stand still in Jordan. When ye are come to the brink of the water is like at the bank before going into the water. Because obviously, if you go to the water, probably the water will be deep. You know what I'm saying? Then the bank before don't go to the water, just stand at the back of the river. Stand on the river bank. Read.
And Joshua said unto the children of Israel, Come hither and hear the words of the Adonai your power. And Joshua said, Hereby ye shall know that the living power is among you, and that he will without fail drive out from before you the Canaanites and the Hittites and the Hittites and the Perizzites,
Right.
and the Girgashites, and the Amorites, and the Jebusites.
Come on. See that? But see that back in the days, we knew our enemies. We weren't trying to be on here, on a coalition with the heathens. We knew we were Hebrew Israelites and that the Most High chose us as a special people, and we rolled into the corners. But right now, we all want to integrate, we all want to correlate, we all want to associate. And I'm saying that ain't the Most High's doing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we don't know who our enemies are. That's why this is a problem. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we were struggling like that, because the other nations, going in their own, they keep everything amongst themselves. But we want you on, and then as far as business goes, they keep the money amongst themselves and all that. They support each other, buy from each other. They want to circulate within their different communities and different nations and all that, different races and all that. But we want to spend. We got two. We got Woodwick. We got con, man. Thinking that yeah, on integration, we got to spend our money with that. But they're not supporting nothing we do. That's why we become like consumers. They're the entrepreneurs. I mean, the investors and the business people, we become the consumers. That's why we're struggling like that. So you got a hand up?
But yeah, I was bringing out the understanding the definition of brink. I had looked it up.
Yeah, go ahead.
It says the margin of land bordering a body of water, and it also states the edge, border, or verge of a steep place.
Right, exactly. So the brink was when it comes to the brink, like just stand on the brink, which is a ledge. Don't go in the water.
Edge of the water.
Yeah, stand the edge of the water. Right. Don't go in the water. You go in the water, the Most High command, you're gonna drown. Just like if you go in the water, coming to the Red Sea, coming out of Egypt, with the Red Sea, you're gonna drown.
Right.
Just stand on the brink, and the Most High will divide the river. Just like you dried up the river, just like you dried the Red Sea, he was going to drive up the River Jordan, so it would pass from the east side of River Jordan onto the west side. The River Jordan was a huge river. That wasn't a stream. That wasn't a stream.
No canal in Broward.
That was no canal. Yeah, it wasn't a canal. That was a major river. Oh, that's it. What's the River Jordan?
No,
That's not Jordan. That's
Red Sea.
I was looking for Jordan, but it's only Edomites.
Oh.
I'm not putting no Edomites.
Read on. I'm going to finish the chapter.
Behold, the ark of the covenant of the Holy One of all the earth passes over before you into Jordan. Now therefore, take you 12 men out of the tribes of Israel, out of every tribe a man, and it shall come to pass, as soon as the soles of the feet of the priests that bear the ark of the outer one of all the earth shall rest in the waters of Jordan, that the waters of Jordan shall be cut off from the waters that come down from above.
Right. So now, when his men stand on the brink with the Levites, then the water is going to be divided. Then the river is going to start flowing. It's going to back up. The river is going to back up so the Israelites can pass over. Read.
Cut off from the waters that come down from above, and they shall stand upon an heap. And it came to pass, when the people removed from their tents to pass over Jordan, and the priests bearing the ark of the covenant before the people, as they that bear the ark were come unto Jordan, and the feet of the priests that bear the ark were dipped in the brim of the water, for Jordan overfloweth all his banks all the time of harvest. That the waters which came down from above stood and arose up upon a heap very far from the city Adam that is beside Zar Etam.
Right. So when the priests came to the brink of River Jordan, and the river was overflowing, and as soon as they got to the brink, the river just stopped. Just piling up. It stopped flowing down. So the Israelites were able to walk on dry land to cross from the east side of River Jordan into the west side of River Jordan to possess the land. That's what they were talking about. Read.
And those that came down toward the sea of the plain, even the South Sea, fell and were cut off. And the people passed over right against Jericho. And the priests that bear the ark of the covenant of the outer one stood firm on dry land, on dry ground, in the midst of Jordan. and all the Israelites passed over on dry ground until all the people were passed clean over Jordan.
Right. So that's how the Hebrew Israelites and all the priests that came, that bear the ark of the covenant of the Most High stood firm on dry ground in the midst of Jordan. Dry ground in the midst of a major river. And all the Israelites passed over on dry ground until all the people were passed clean entirely over River Jordan from the east coast of the river to the west side of the river to possess, in going forward to possess the land that the Most High promised to our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So we're going to conclude there for tonight. So brothers, get ready for camp. And the Most High willing, we'll be convene again next week, chapter 4, Joshua. I show much Lord chances. And Madu Wapanya, Jerusalem, stand and face Jerusalem. Let me read 133.
Yeah.
Shayar,
Shayar,
Alwa, Larawan, Hana, Ma, Tawab, Waman, Ayam, Shabbat, Akyam, Gam, Yakar, Kashaman, Atawa, Ail, Ra'ash, Yarad, Ail, Zakwan, Aran, Shayarad, Ail, Taya, Manawahyawa, Matal, Ramwan, Tasayawan, Taya, Sham, Tasawa, Hawa, Abaraka, Tayawam, Ail, Asham, Hawashal, Awar, Asham, Awar, Aman.
The book of Psalm chapter 133, verse 1. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. It is like the precious ointment upon the head that ran down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard that went down to the skirts of his garments, as the dew of Harmon, and as the dew that descended upon the mountains of Zion. For there the Holy One commanded a blessing, even life forevermore. Amna Yahweh, B'Hashem Hashem Yahushai, Dwell to me, Amen. Amen.
Hey, we're leaving Egypt, right? But look at the verse they put down in the Bible. Thou shalt not steal. Exodus 20 and 45. Because we stealing the Egyptian stuff.
That's crazy.
That's wow. Wait. All right. Back in the bosom again.
Shalom, Yeshua. B'Hashem Hashem Yahushai. To what for listening, to locking in. B'Hashem Hashem Yahushai.
Thank the water for his donation as well.
To what?
The water made a $5 donation.
The water for your donation. Contributing to sponsoring Vida to Zion, so we can,
He's from COI.
COI.
God, we appreciate your offering, brother.
And the Most High willing, tomorrow we'll have the Shabbat service, 12 Eastern. B'Hashem Hashem. You can log on or visit us at 2937 West Broadway Boulevard in Fort Lauderdale. Go on. Shalom.